All right, good evening and welcome back to Prince's Seat channel. Today still remains the 15th of September 2025. Don't mind the noise at the background. Rain has started again. To God be the glory for the rain blessing. All right, it appears like I still want to take some more concerns and they keep trickling in, and I'm not going to swallow that. All right, I'm not going to swallow that. We have some because this could also apply to you, and you might also get better information on all of this. So this one is coming from Williams David. Just a couple of minutes ago, he dropped this. Princess Seat, your manner of delivery most times suggests that you are against Theobald Global Foundation, forgetting that a whole lot of us are beneficiaries under this organ and are still here in your channel. You sounded like Theobald is written off or something, therefore trying to kind of dash the faith of its beneficiaries and faithful. I think this is very wrong and unfair. First, let me sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for your contributions, your feedback, your patience, and sometimes your corrections. It actually shows that we are all one family here, watching closely and all committed to the same goal, also receiving what rightly belongs to us. And I want to use this opportunity to address these specific comments that are raised one after another, so that there will be no misunderstanding or confusion whatsoever. First off, I will be addressing Mr. Williams David on his submission, just what I read for you right now. And I think it's quite so important for us to get the details behind my submission at all times. Now, my brother Williams David, I'm starting with you directly. Now, you mentioned that my manner of delivery sometimes suggests that I'm against Theobald Global Foundation. But let me say this very clearly and openly. I'm not against Theobald in any way. I'm not. On the contrary, Theobald is even my very first subscription. And as a subscriber myself, I have no reason to ever discourage other beneficiaries. No, never. If my words in that organ sounded a little bit harsh or looked like I was writing Theobald off, that was never my intention. Honestly, sometimes the information I receive and possibly the way I interpret them can make me sound critical, but I completely agree that it should not come across in a way that shakes people's faith. No, it shouldn't. So if any of my statements troubled you on Theobald or made you feel as if Theobald cannot deliver, I'm deeply sorry. That was never my aim. The truth is this: I so believe that we would all enjoy this money in good health and sound mind, in Jesus Christ's name. So let us stay calm and hopeful, because the finish line is always closer than we think. And I think that settles that cause right there. Mr. Williams David, you're my friend. We are together in Theobald. I'm also a subscriber in Theobald. So going forward, I think I'm going to adjust on that wing, regardless of the information I get on Theobald. All right. That being said, we also have another one coming from Adebayo Benson. Adebayo Benson. What did he say? Adebayo Benson. I hope I'm not missing out his name. Okay. Adebayo Benson wrote us yesterday. He said, as pertaining silence, my submission is simple. Balance is key. Silence can be beneficial for growth and focus. But effective communication is also crucial. Wonderful. I think this guy is actually sharing my notion here. As pertaining silence, my submission is simple. Balance is key. Silence can be beneficial for growth and focus, but effective communication is also a very crucial. I think that's wonderful. Now, Mr. Adebayo Benson, your submission on silence is quite so well noted. And as pertaining silence, my submission is simple. Balance is key. I completely agree with you. Silence, on one hand, helps to prevent unnecessary noise. Confusion, sometimes distractions. It gives the leaders or the coordinators room to work without pressure. But on the other hand, also, prolonged silence, like I was dropping in the last VN, prolonged silence without communication has a way it creates tension, rumors, and equally doubt. And that is why I strongly support what you said, that balance is key. In other words, we need a middle ground where those leading us can update us in simple terms without exposing too much or raising unnecessary alarm on the inside. Just short, clear communication would go a long way to calm nerves in this ecosystem. So I add my voice to yours, Mr. Adebayo Benson. We need that balance. That balance is what we've not had in time from that organ, but I think we just so need that balance. All right, having said that, let's move to the next person. Okay, we have this one coming from Omofoloki. You said we are still waiting for them. Love. Yeah, of course, the statement is quite simple, but also powerful. Waiting is one of the hardest parts of life. Yes, especially when we don't control the process. We are just on the sideline. We're outside. Majority of our move in the ecosystem is to receive information from the echelon and disperse to the masses. So, waiting is one of the hardest parts of life when we don't control the process. But in this case, I want you to know that waiting is not wasted. That the fact that you and many others are still holding on till now shows strength, it shows faith, and it shows endurance in the process. Yes, we are all waiting, but our waiting is not in vain. And as long as structures have been put in place, the result would surely show. Definitely, it's going to surely show. All right, so that is for Omofoloki or something like that. Then I think this should be the second to the last, and this one is to Adiola Ashiru. You say that September don't finish, October to go with story. I don't pray for that too, but all this hide and seek game, they help us. Mr. Adiola Ashiru, I think you're just being practical here, and this reflects how a lot of people feel right now. Time is passing, and naturally people are becoming so anxious. The worry is not about the month itself, but about the repeated pattern of delay. I understand you completely. Of course, the hide and seek game that you mentioned is what makes people lose trust. It's not wrong. It's not wrong for you to express yourself this way, because this matter involves real lives, real families, real expectations. And to this, I'm going to respond to this so simply. The process has taken long. Yes, but the end is always closer than the beginning. Even if September rolls away, our collective hope and push will not go in vain. We have seen delays before, but still, positive news has always emerged at the right time. So let us stay very much hopeful and be optimistic in every process of the way. Then finally, we have Etim Willie. Etim Willie made a very strong statement. He said UAG is like a secret cult, and that is why some people are saying UAG has nothing to offer, but I believe in God to intervene for the masses. That was what Etim Willie scripted to us, I think yesterday or so. Yes, Etim Willie, I hear that clearly. The silence and the secrecy around UAG made a lot of people a kind of edgy. When communication is not clear, people would always fill the gaps with assumptions, and that is natural. So the idea that UAG behaves like a secret cult is your honest perception. It is your honest, and I think I respect it, but I will balance it here. UAAG has also shown signs of being structured. Though their secrecy can be frustrating, instead of dwelling on what looks like a cult, let us rather focus on what matters. What matters here is the outcome. Mr. Etim Willie, what matters here is the outcome. At the end of the day, what we need is disbursement, not just explanation. And on your second point, I stand with you. God will surely intervene for the masses. Amen. Because many of us have reached the point where only divine intervention can settle the matter. Yes. So I'm going to leave all of you that have answered right here with this general contribution. On Theobald, I'm not against it, not at all. I'm also a beneficiary, and I believe it's going to come through. If my tone never sounded negative, I apologize. Then on waiting, yes, we are still waiting. But our waiting is not wasted. Endurance will definitely pay at the very last. Then on silence and communication, balance is truly key. Yeah, silence helps the work, but communication keeps the faith of the people alive. A little balance between the two, I think, is the best way forward. Then on delays, yes, September is almost gone, and people are worried that October may come with the same story. That concern might be valid, but our hope must remain so alive. Delays are frustrating, but they are not denial. In the UAG perception, it may appear secretive, but the real goal is not how they operate, but what they deliver. God's intervention is certain. So we are all in this together. No one here is an outsider, and no one should feel their faith is being dashed or trampled upon. I personally remain very much hopeful, and I know that many of you do too. So let's continue to hold one another with respect, even when our opinions differ. Sometimes we will sound tired, sometimes we will sound very much hopeful, but in the end, our unity will keep us strong until the promise is fulfilled. So once again, to those who felt my submission was too harsh, apology. That was not my intent. And from today, I think I'll be more careful with that particular organ. But in conclusion, we will all enjoy this money in good health and sound mind. And no one here will be left behind. God bless us all. This is Princess Seed. In case you're new, do join us, subscribe, and hit the bell. You don't miss out on vital updates. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very blissful night rest until we come your way again.